This is He Knows the Sport, bringing you that heat and that fire. We keeping the foot on the what? On the next. We keeping the foot on the what? On the next. Let's get on to it, man. Woo! The Chihuahua barking behind the damn fence. Let me say it again. The Chihuahua barking behind the damn fence. What does the shirt say? I'm not arguing no more. I'm simply explaining why I'm right. Let me say it again. I'm not arguing no more. I'm simply explaining why I'm right. Here's the cold-hearted. Here's the unadulterated. And here's the cutthroat truth-telling fashion. So hear me. Hear me. Well, let's get on to it, man. And the prediction, King strikes again. And the prediction, King strikes again. He knows the sport told you guys, man, in the most visceral, cold-hearted, unadulterated, cutthroat truth-telling fashion, that Terence Crawford is a chihuahua barking behind the damn fence. Really? Really? Al Heyman does not have enough money? Listen, y'all, that's nothing but the chihuahua barking behind the damn fence. Let me say it again. The chihuahua barking behind the damn fence. Or a DuckTales. A DuckTales. There's a stranger out to find you. There's a stranger out to find you. What you do is grab all you some DuckTales. No. That was so deep and profound. I need to let that marinate in the corpus callosum and in the cerebellum. Hear me? Hear me? Wow. A DuckTales. A DuckTales. There's a stranger out to find you. There's a stranger out to find you. What to do is grab on you some DuckTales. A fucking DuckTales, man. That's the cold-hearted, that's the unadulterated, and that's the cutthroat truth-telling fashion. Terence Crawford does not want any free smoke with the upper echelon of the welterweight division. Let me say it again. Terence Crawford does not want any free smoke with the upper echelon of the welterweight division. He is scared of them. Keith Thurman of all people, man. Keith Runtime Thurman. Keith Ducktime Thurman. If there is any weak link in the upper echelon of the welterweight division outside of Danny Cherry Picking Garcia, the one that Errol the True Spence is going to Danny Garcia's cherry. Let me say it again. Errol the True Spence is going to Danny Garcia's cherry. It's freaking Run or Duck Time Thurman. This is a guy who's no longer, you better not duck me, son. And I know what Mike Rhyme is saying. And I know what my boy Quentin Luster is saying. I know what these guys are saying when they keep saying, nah, man, you got to think of Keith Thurman, man. He got a resume. He ain't the same, bruh. And y'all real G's, y'all super real G's, and y'all ultimate real G's out here in these boxing streets. But Keith Thurman's not the same. It was proven in the Manny Pacquiao fight. He's a flute-playing, Titanic type of fighter now. Let me say it again. He's a flute-playing, Titanic type of fighter. He disappointed me. So I've renounced his Florida-ship. Let me say it again. He disappointed me because he let the AARP retirement Pac-Man style beat him. So I've renounced his Florida-ship. See, people that's not from Florida, they don't understand. We don't play those games over here, man. We don't accept second best, dog. You know what I'm saying? It's that Nelly song. I am number one, no matter if you like it. Sit back and like it. Hey, I am number one. Hey. What does it take to be number one? 2 is not a winner. 3, nobody remembers. Hey, what does it take to be number one? I am number one. That's our mentality in Florida, man. It's all about being number one. We don't settle for the rest, dog. We always settle for the best. Keith Thurman disappointed us. So in that case, when you have Terence Crawford tell you guys, not only is he physically ducking Keith Thurman, he's financially ducking Keith Thurman of all people, man. Things that make you say, Things that make you say, Do y'all see the background, dog? Do y'all see Errol the True Spence clowning Keith Thurman? That's the dude that Terence Crawford, the Chihuahua, barking behind the damn fence, or the newly promoted Black Ivan Redcack out here in these boxing streets is ducking. And his response, after we kept the proverbial foot on the what? On the necks. After we kept the proverbial foot on the what? On the necks. And like the Tibetan Mastiff that I am, I'm applying what? Unlimited pressure. Because pressure does what? It bursts his pipes. His response is, Al Heyman doesn't have enough money. Javante Tank Davis is outdoing you, dog. Adrian Broner is outdoing you. And AB is about bullshit. Let me say it again. Adrian Broner is outdoing you money-wise. And Adrian Broner's been about bullshit. So how you going to sit here and say Keith Thurman, who's out-earning your ass, PBC-wise, that Al Heyman does not have the capital? Listen, y'all. DuckTales. Woo. DuckTales. Woo. There's a stranger out to find you. There's a stranger out to find you. What to do is grab on you some DuckTales. Woo. Reverse bias, aka detractors, aka panders, i.e. IBFP anxiety attack, don't know how to defend this shit, man. Fat fella doesn't know how to defend this shit. Casual HDHD boxing talk don't know how to defend this shit. Casual Tourette's boxing talk doesn't know how to defend this shit. You can't defend the undefendable, dog. Let me say it again, because what I said was so deep and profound. Let that marinate in the corpus callosum and in the cerebellum. Hear me? Can you hear me? Wow. You can't defend the undefendable. Terence Crawford, she keeps showcasing you guys his unwillingness to fight the upper echelon of the welterweight division, even if it's the weakest link. Keith Thurman, along with Danny Garcia, are the weakest link of the upper echelon of the welterweight division because they are second-tier welterweights. They are very flawed fighters. These are people that Terence Crawford should be chopping at the bits to fight. Let me say it again. Chopping at the bits to fight. No excuses, man. Reverse bias, aka detractors, aka panders, are even keeping the foot on the what? On the next. They're even keeping the foot on the what? On the next. And they're realizing, even though they're late to the damn party, because they always are, that Terence Crawford is Bud Fraudford. Let me say it again. Terence Crawford is Bud Fraudford. He never had a respectable resume at 147. This is why when you hear the punch drunk or the punch drunkardness of a Roy Jones Jr. tells you, what does Errol the True Spence have to do to prove himself? He has to beat the best. Who's the best? Not Terence Crawford. Not the supposed boogeyman that's really a snot-nosed or snot-filled booger man. Let me say it again. Not the supposed boogeyman that's a snot-nosed or snot-filled booger man at his truest and his most properest levels. It's the cold-hearted, the unadulterated, and the cutthroat truth-telling fashion of this. Terence Crawford is a chihuahua barking behind the damn fence, y'all. This guy had no inclinations of fighting the upper echelon of the welterweight division. Let me put this in layman's terms. He had no intentions. He had no motives. And his motives is very clear. He re-signed with Top Rank. He re-signed with Bob Arum to hide behind the what Bob orders belt. Let me say it again. He re-signed with Top Rank. He re-signed with Bob Arum to hide behind the what Bob orders belt. He's a duck, y'all. We got to start calling him Bud Duck Fraudford. Let me say it again. Bud Duck Fraudford. He's ducktailing out here in these boxing streets. And I told you guys, even reverse bias, even detractors, even panderers couldn't defend this shit. And what's happening? And the prediction king strikes again. And the prediction king strikes again. They can't defend this shit. The guy is ducking competition. So he has to be held to the damn fire, man. His foot has to be held to the fire. Bud Man fans, if there's any that's left, let me say it again. Bud Man fans, hello, attention. Bud Man fans, if there's any that's left, here's the cold-hearted, here's the unadulterated, here's the cutthroat truth-telling fashion. Bud is ducking Keith Thurman. Does that even sound right to you guys? If that's not alarming, I don't know what is. And if you guys are still finding ways to pander behind that, all I have to say is things that make you say, Things that make you say, I leave this with the Maya Angelou terminology because it applies here just like it does with the super duper high job variation, i.e. Teofimo Lopez. When a person shows you who they are the first time, believe them. Let me say it again. When a person shows you who they are the first time, believe them. Once a Bud Fraudford, always a Bud Fraudford. Let me say it again. Once a Bud Fraudford, always a Bud Fraudford. I keeps the foot on the what? On the X. I keeps the foot on the what? On the X. This is He Knows the Sport. Checking out.